Yo chat, today I'm gonna show you guys how I make songs for like KRUSHCLUB, dance, electronic, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm just gonna hop right in it. This is a spontaneous video. I'm just recording it out of nowhere. So yeah, I got this beat from my boy Muted. I'll put all this stuff in the description. But this is a beat for his album, and a bunch of people are gonna be on it. I'm using this beat, so I'm gonna show you guys what it sounds like so far. Alright, so that's a little sample. You got like all this other stuff, but what I like to do first, like usually, not all the time, but if I have like a weird beat like this, even though it's like hard, it's kind of like weird to hop on. So what I like to do is like think of flows and stuff before I start writing lyrics or like freestyling. So I usually might record like an example of the flow to like see what it's gonna sound like on the song. So these don't sound good at all. They're just like example recordings of what I think I'm gonna do on the song later on, or like whenever I get everything figured out. So this is what the first one sounds like with the beat. So yeah, I'm definitely out of key and definitely doesn't sound good, but it's what I do to just like jot down the flow, because you can't like write down flows, so I'm just gonna get it in my head. This is the second one.
She's mad like I stole my flow. I can't want me game, but she's not, but feeling the love. If she's mad, I know it's not the same, but I know my game knows how we play. For this bitch, she was talking right, yeah. For this bitch, never find right.
So that's just my example flows, what I usually do. And then from this, I'll just remember the flow in my head and try to like think of lyrics and stuff. So I'll like pick up when I like get further in with my process. I spent like an hour or two since I recorded, and I got most of my like beginning verse down, all from the example flow. This is why the example flow is pretty important. I got it all from the example flow. And this part over here, this is more of the example flow too. I'm like testing out. I added both of these flows in, like I kind of incorporated them together. But this is what I got so far from only that.
Yeah, all she want is cash. Living with a brat, 90 on the dash. Living in my own world, my girl knows she criminal. That bitch get me done, cause all of my subliminals.
So yeah, I'm still working on the mixing. It's not the final mixing, but as you can see just from this one right here.
Yeah, I she wanna, yeah, she want the racks, so she want them stacks.
I got this final product right here.
Yeah, all she want is cash.
So yeah, that's what an example flow can definitely do, and I'm gonna keep working on the song more as well. What up, Chad? I'm picking up after school the next day, so I got like this. I got another flow down for my verse part. I think the chorus ends here, and I think this is my verse, but I'm not really sure. But I also have a feature on this, so this is where I'm gonna end my verse, possibly here. But I worked on the song a little bit. This is what I got. I don't know if I played this in the earlier part, so I'm just gonna play this part.
Living in my own world, my girl knows she criminal. That bitch get me done, cause all of my subliminals. Yeah, all she want is cash. Living with a brat, 90 on the dash. Know I'm on my mind, baby, tell me that I'm saying on how I feel. I've been searching for you so dear.
So yeah, this flow like kind of came off of this flow a little bit. I don't even like know what kind of music I'm making, but just like in this kind of music, flows are pretty important. Especially like a lot of people that make this kind of music, they'll use like vocal chops or their flows as like a second melody. So like they'll pitch it and multiple chops. It's kind of like a melody progression, like, you know what I mean? So that's not really what I'm doing here, but I am using a lot of chops. But I'll also make a video on how I do all my chops and everything, like how I chop up my vocals. I do it multiple different ways, and I'll go through, like, you see here, I like faded in, faded out. I didn't crossfade it, but usually I might crossfade too, but I didn't do it this time. But yeah, also on my mixing, I got this new plugin since yesterday, VEA. It's like a voice AI assistant. I don't, obviously, like, you don't rely on these plugins, but once you get all your regular mixing out the way, these plugins are kind of like a cherry on top. So I like doing that. And then the routing is still the same with the Flangus, Maximus, Big Crusher, and EQ. I'll go more into depth on like everything that I'm doing. What up, Chad? I'm starting this like a week later, or I don't even know, to be honest. But I'm gonna play you guys like what I only added like 2 bars in, but I'm gonna play you guys what I got and break it down.
In love with Oxy and she love to smoke a Jane, Mary Jane. I can't stand it any other fucking way. Hold me tight, hold me close.
And also I had this little Vox chop that I got from some sound pack, I guess.
In love with
I'll play for this.
yeah, all she want is cash. Living with a rat, 90 on the dash. Know I'm on my mind, baby, tell me that I'm saying how I feel. I've been searching for you, so dear. In love with Oxy and she love to smoke a Jane, Mary Jane. I can't stand it any other fucking way.
And as you can hear, I added this little gross speed, I think it's a gross speed backspin effect on the master, or no, on the beat, and then I just put on the automation clip right there. Adds a little like difference to it. But here, as you can hear, the little Vox chop, it really adds a lot of difference, and like I don't really know the words to say, but like you could hear it add something else to the beat and to the song in general. I'm gonna go over my mixing for it though, so like this is what it sounds like with the mixing, obviously. And then really like the diamond here and like the mixing is shaper box. So if I turn off shaper box, you'll hear what it sounds like by itself. Very repetitive. And then with shaper box. So yeah, and then I just have gross speed, OTT, Big Crusher, EQ, all that. For my mixing here, I really just like, if you guys go watch my other video, it's basically all what I have in my other video. But I just have one vocal track here. All you really need for this song, in my opinion, is one vocal track, because I'm not doing a lot of like harmonizing here. I might add some ad-libs in, but I'm not doing like harmonizing, or I'm not going for like like large presence sound. I'm not going for like multiple voices or like reverb. I'm just going for like a little soft, strong voice.
All of my subliminals.
I think with like a layer, it would just sound too full, like too much going on, in my opinion. That's just what I think. Like when I'm making a song, I just assess it and like go off like what I'm thinking. God, I can't talk, bro. Usually I'll have maybe 2 or 3 tracks, but this one's just one. For the mixing though, I just have the limiter, auto tune, 2 EQs, a compressor, OTT, sound gooderizer. I have Maximus and Flangus. So limiter is just a little noise gate. Got auto tune up, a retune speed at 0. 2 EQs, subtractive and additive. Boost in like the 1Ks and a lot of the highs. I really like when you boost highs. I think it sounds good. Got the compressor, OTT, sound gooderizer. I'm using A. I usually use A or D. VEA. You got Maximus and then Fruity Flangus, which is on an automation clip, which I used for right here and right here. Or no, this is a gross beat, so automation clip for Flangus right here. And then for the bus, I have, or the route, I have Flangus, Maximus, 2 Maximus, boosting the highs and taking a little, or actually no, I'm subtracting the highs a little bit and cutting the mids a lot. Also cutting the lows, but it doesn't really matter if you cut the lows or not, unless you have a low condenser mic like I do. Boosted the master a little bit, kind of boosted the highs, not really boosted, but put the tension point up, and then boosted the mids a little bit. And then you just have that filter, and then big pressure here. So that's what the vocals are, and then by themselves, that's what it sounds like.
All of my subliminals, yeah. All she want is cash. Living with a brat, 90 on the dash. No, I'm up.
So yeah, that's really all I do to make my songs. Just like, I could go more into depth if you guys want, but as you can see in this song, I kind of did the same. All I really did is add another vocal layer, and it's kind of convoluted here, bro. I don't even really know what I'm looking at, but these are like the mixing. This is the mixing that I did with the layers and the routes and stuff. So yeah, let me know if you guys want me to go like more into depth and like show you guys more of how I make songs and how I make like bangers and shit like that.